The night air was thick with silence as Keanu Reeves drove along the lonely road, his headlights cutting through the darkness. He was en route to an early morning film shoot, hoping to get some rest before another grueling day on set. The rhythmic hum of the engine was almost soothing until a flickering red light on the dashboard caught his attention. The handbrake warning. Then, almost as if on cue, the car began to lose power. Keanu cursed under his breath and skillfully pulled over to the shoulder, hoping it was just a minor glitch. The engine refused to start again. Sighing, Keanu stepped out and popped the hood, though he wasn't exactly a mechanic. Everything seemed in place, but the vehicle remained lifeless. He reached for his phone, only to see the battery dangerously low. If he was going to get any help, he needed a charger fast. Scanning his surroundings, his eyes landed on the dimly glowing sign of a Walmart in the distance. It was late, but he hoped they'd still be open. Stepping into the store, Keanu took in the near-empty aisles. The fluorescent lights buzzed faintly, casting a sterile glow over the place. He made his way toward the electronics section, but something caught his eye, a small figure standing alone in the diaper aisle. A little girl, no more than 4 or 5 years old, was clad only in a white tank top and underwear. She looked fragile, her bare arms wrapped around herself, as though trying to shrink into the shelves. Concerned, Keanu approached slowly and crouched to her level. "Hey there. Are you okay? Where are your parents?" His voice was gentle, careful not to startle her. The child looked up at him with wide, uncertain eyes but said nothing. He could see the hesitation in her expression, the mistrust. His heart clenched. Something was wrong. He glanced around, expecting to see a frantic mother searching for her child, but the store was practically empty. His phone vibrated weakly in his pocket before shutting off completely. Now completely cut off from the outside world, Keanu knew he had to act fast. He stood and waved down an employee stacking shelves a few aisles away. "Hey, excuse me," Keanu called out. The man, a lanky guy in his mid-30s with a Walmart vest that read Mark, turned around. His eyes flickered with recognition when he saw Keanu but quickly hardened when he noticed the child. "Oh, that little thief again," Mark muttered, shaking his head. "She's been here before. Always alone, always trying to take stuff. We usually just tell her to leave." Keanu's jaw tightened. "She's a child. You're telling me she's been here before, alone, and no one's done anything?" Mark shrugged. "What do you expect us to do? Store policy, man. We're not social services." Keanu looked back at the girl, who had shrunk even further into herself at the mention of being kicked out. His heart ached for her. He crouched down again and smiled softly. "What's your name?" A small, almost inaudible whisper reached him. "Lila." Keanu nodded encouragingly. "That's a beautiful name, Lila. Are you hungry?" She hesitated before giving the slightest nod. Without another word, Keanu picked up a pack of diapers from the shelf, grabbed a few other essentials, and headed to the self-checkout. Mark watched with a mix of skepticism and curiosity as the actor paid for the items. With his own car troubles temporarily pushed to the back of his mind, Keanu turned to Lila. "Can you show me where you live?" Again, a pause, then a small nod. She took his hand, her fingers tiny and cold in his grasp, and led him outside into the night. The walk wasn't long, but each step revealed more of Lila's reality. The neighborhood was run down, houses with peeling paint and overgrown lawns. The streetlights flickered inconsistently, casting eerie shadows against the cracked pavement. Lila led Keanu to a small, dilapidated house with a front door barely hanging on its hinges. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of neglect. Dirty dishes filled the sink, and the floor was strewn with empty food wrappers. In the dim light, a small boy, no older than 2, sat on a stained couch, his big eyes staring at them. "June," Lila whispered, running to her brother and wrapping her arms protectively around him. Keanu's chest tightened. 2 children, alone in this place, fending for themselves. "Where's your mom, Lila?" The little girl hesitated before whispering. "She left. Said she'd come back. It's been days." Keanu swallowed hard. No child should have to endure this. "Okay," he said softly. "I'm going to help, all right? But first, We need to get you guys some food. His moment of resolve was interrupted by his phone, now plugged into the car charger he'd finally obtained, buzzing with an incoming call. It was the repair technician, saying he was on his way. Keanu paid the man quickly when he arrived, but his mind was elsewhere. After getting his car back in working order, he drove straight to a 24-hour gas station, filling bags with food, water, and toiletries before heading back to the children. But this time, when he knocked on the door, an unexpected voice answered. A woman's slurred words rang through the night. "Who the hell is banging on my door?" The door swung open to reveal a disheveled woman, her eyes glassy and unfocused. Behind her, a man lounged on the couch, a bag of something suspicious in his lap. Keanu took a step back, his instinct screaming at him. Then he heard it, the man chuckling darkly, mumbling about the kids being too much trouble anyway. Something in Keanu snapped. He pulled out his phone and called the police without hesitation. When the officers arrived, the scene unfolded quickly. The mother was incoherent, the man was caught with drugs, and the children were removed from the home. Lila clung to Keanu, her tiny hands grasping at his coat, while June buried his face in his sister's shoulder. At the station, Lila's voice was small as she looked up at Keanu. "I love Mommy. Can you help her not go to jail?" Keanu crouched to her level, his voice gentle but firm. "Your mommy needs help, Lila. The police will make sure she gets it. But right now, the most important thing is making sure you and June are safe." As the social worker arrived to arrange emergency foster care, Keanu made a decision. He called his assistant and told him to delay his filming schedule. "Some things are more important than work," he said, his voice resolute. That night, as he sat in the police station, he realized how close Lila and June had come to being lost to the world. But not on his watch. He would see this through. Because kindness wasn't just an act, it was a responsibility. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming and inspiring stories. Together, we can make a difference, one act of kindness at a time. See you in the next video.